video, we will show you how to complete the end of section challenge. So let's hop over to Blender. So here we go, we're in Blender. Now, strictly speaking, I'm going to be a bit pedantic about it, because that's what I am. I asked to create a cube. There's already one there, so this task is going to seem a bit pointless, but I'm going to delete the cube, and using Shift and A, add another cube. Now the first thing I want to do is lift it up out of that plane so it's not being kind of cut in half. I think that looks messy. Not a requirement of the challenge, however, but brownie points if you did this. I'm going to switch to orthographic projection and move around to the front. I'm then going to zoom in just a little so I've got some more fine control and lift it up so it's just on that red line. I can then zoom out a little more and rotate it back round. I'm going to stay in orthographic projection for a moment because it makes very little difference to the modelling that I'm currently doing. And on top of that, 3 of the 4 windows later on needed to be in orthographic. So it's probably easier to start off in orthographic and clone the windows later on. So what was the next? It was a cylinder next. So Shift and A, Mesh, and a cylinder, and we need to lift that one up. So I'm going to rotate it round to the front view again and lift it up. I'm going to then zoom in and then pan up, lift that up a little more using the blue arrow, and I'm happy with that. And the final mesh to add was a cone. So Shift A, Mesh, Cone. That was very lucky. I can see the little head of the blue arrow for the cone, so I can move it up. And I've gone off the top of the screen, and you've noticed it's come back at the bottom. Oh, that's probably just about right there. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out and rotate it around. Yep, that looks absolutely fine to me. So we need to make the layout a bit neater. I'm actually going to remove the other frames. Not a requirement, but it just looks better. So I'm going to merge that one down. I'm going to merge this one down, and then finally merge this one to the right. I'm going to get rid of the tool shelf, and for complete neatness, I'm going to drag down the header bar and hide that out of the way. So now we can drag in the splitter widget from the right-hand side and drag this one down, and do the same on this side. Now I'm actually going to line these two up, so here in the middle it's easy to collapse them any way I want. So we need one of them to be the top view, so I'm just going to click in this top left window and make that the top, which is number pad 7. I'm going to make this one here on the top right. We've got the top, so we need the side, so we'll go for the front. Okay, and this one's already looking kind of good in a sort of perspective, looking down on it, and this one just needs to be a perspective view rather than an orthographic projection. So now if we press number pad 5, and we can see the sort of difference it makes quite clearly there. One looks a bit more natural than the other. Okay, finally taking a screenshot. Now you could use your default selection if you've got a program like Snagit or Jing, or Windows contains the snipping tool, Mac has Grab. You've got loads of options, but even better than that, and this would be great later on in the course if you guys need help with something specific, is you can go to Window and save a screenshot, or Control and F3. It will then ask you where do you want to save, and I'm going to save it in my Welcome and Setup folder, and I'm going to call this, what am I going to call it? I'm going to call it For Windows End of Section 1 Challenge. You can call it whatever you like. And finally, save the screenshot. We'll upload that to the discussions and see how you guys got on. I really do want to see how you're getting on right at this early stage, and if you've got any questions, of course, please do ask.